And what is going on, everybody? So welcome back to a brand new video on the channel. So in today's video, we're going to talk about some rumors on Mike McDaniel's future in Miami. Now, before we get started in today's video, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure to hit the like button, make sure to hit that subscribe button, make sure to ring that notification bell so you guys will not miss out the upcoming content to the Philly Sports Top Podcast. But with that being said, let's jump right into the video. And what is going on, everybody? So yes, I know the title's kind of, I'm not saying misleading, but let me explain of what the title truly, what the title means. Obviously, the title of this video is pretty much saying, is Mike McDaniel's job in jeopardy? I know the thumbnail might say otherwise, but, kind of hear me out. But there's been some news and reports that if the Miami Dolphins somehow miss the playoffs, that some of the coaching staff is not safe from getting fired. Obviously, I think Mike McDaniel, obviously one guy in particular that this video is kind of would be focused solely about is Mike McDaniel. Now, Mike McDaniel, to me, from so far, what I've seen so far during his first year with Miami, has not been terrible. If you be quite frank, I'm gonna be quite honest with you guys. Mike McDaniel has actually done pretty well with this Miami team that had the likes of Tua Tagovailoa, Jalen Waddle, Tyreek Hill, Raheem Mostert, Jeff Wilson Jr., hell, even Bradley Chubb, part of that defensive front. Now, just to name a few out of that, but knowing that the Dolphins the last 4 or 5 weeks has not been, I would say, great, because they've been kind of a bit of a losing skid. And, to be frankly, this whole, I think the one guy in particular, I think most NFL fans can really point the finger at for not, having better expectations is probably the ownership. Ownership in the front office is the one. Ownership for Stephen Ross and Chris Greer, I would say you could probably make the argument where, just, I don't know, like, it's really hard to describe just the kind of situation that the Miami Dolphins have been in. Now, the Miami Dolphins as a franchise has been under scrutiny the last handful of times because of the mismanagement of Tua's concussions and whatnot, but that's here nor there. But what I mean by, there's been a lot of reports that, that McDaniel's jobs is right now not safe, for lack of a better term. And, my opinion on that is, for me, I think this is a lot of BS from the front office and from the ownership, because Mike McDaniel can do so much as a head coach, because if your coaching staff can't get the results that you want, the fact that you use your head coach as a scapegoat is, I would say, a put away is a coward's move, if I'm being honest. And, it's just one of those things. It's like, it's really hard to imagine that Mike McDaniel has really had good chemistry with these guys, especially for a guy that know the offensive system, that, coming from the 49ers to Kyle Shanahan, and, this Miami team could have been a lot different. However, like I said, like I mentioned, the mismanagement of Tua's concussions and, especially with all the scrutiny and whatnot. And, I don't know, like, it's really hard to, kind of think, if the Miami Dolphins might have to go through another coaching change, because it's going to get to the point where Dolphins fans are going to drive themselves crazy, because you're already going through a guy like Brian Flores who tried to change the culture around Miami. But like I said, this goes back to Stephen Ross, and he does not want to do that. And that's the reason why the Miami Dolphins do not have a first-round pick. Now, pretty much now there's an argument going to be made that, Mike McDaniel is going to be the next one on the hot seat. So it's like, at some point, Stephen Ross is going to come to the conclusion at some point to sell the team, because Mike McDaniel is not bad of a head coach, despite what the record says, especially with the personnel he has around him. But what do you guys think? What do you guys think about this news and reports of Mike McDaniel's job being in jeopardy? Put your thoughts and opinions in the comment sections down below. But with that being said, this is Robert from the Philly Sports Top Podcast. I'll see you guys in the next video.